Today we're going to discuss why a digital marketing strategy alone isn't good enough for your home, garden and lifestyle brand.
Let's talk about that.
Right, Darren, here we are back in the car for a
Sorry, Aaron, I can't hear you.
A Tea Talks car. It is a bit loud. It is very wet and rainy, so we're recording this. We have no idea if this is going to come out all right.
No, well,
I don't think we've done one in the car, have we?
I don't think we've done one when it's rained quite this bad in the car.
It is atrocious.
So we're gonna
try. We're gonna record this, and if you are watching this, then we thought it was okay.
Yeah.
And if you didn't, it's going to end up on the cutting room floor.
It is. But we've got all the voice isolation technology in place.
Well, there we are. Well, you have. I haven't got a clue.
Wow.
So. There is a certain irony that it is absolutely chucking it down when you consider today where we've been.
To the spring fair.
To the spring fair, yeah. We've been to the spring fair and it is absolutely chucking it down. Do you want to share with our lovely Tea Talks viewers and listeners why we've been to the spring fair?
Well, we've been to the spring fair because, who goes to the spring fair? It's home, garden and lifestyle brands.
Yeah, it is.
And that is the area in which we operate. And it's those brands that we love to work with. So we thought we would head down to, I was going to say sunny.
It's up as well.
Okay, yes,
up to the NEC.
To rainy Birmingham, in this case, to the NEC for the Spring Fair, to have a look around, see what brands are there, have a chat to a couple of brands, put some feelers out there.
Yeah, very good. We'll come back with loads of ideas for other products and services that we're thinking, we're not marketing that. We could and we should be marketing.
Yes.
So we're going to, we've made a few notes and we're going to be reaching out to a few brands. You've got to get out there. You've got to get out there, out and about, mingling. And that gave us the idea for this very Tea Talk.
But surely you don't have to get out and about if you've got digital strategies.
We do love digital, and we do sell that for a living, we do love it, and it is hugely powerful for the myriad of businesses and brands in the space, home, garden, lifestyle brands that we operate.
I guess we'll just wrap up there.
Well, there you are, yeah. So there you go. It's all about digital. But it's not, of course. It's not. Because we are, even though we champion paid, we always do so on the proviso, on the caveat, the big asterisk, that any business, most businesses need an omnichannel approach to their marketing. Digital is great, paid is very powerful, but actually you need to be doing lots of different types of marketing and just ensure that your brand is as prominent and as visible as it can be. Case and point, while we were at the show today, we met up with one of our clients.
We did.
Who we sort of knew were going to be there, and we ended up meeting up with him. We gave him a call. We sat down. We had a chat. And one of the things we were discussing with them today is a in-person physical event that we are doing with them.
Yeah.
At the time recording in about 3 weeks.
It is.
And this has been a work in progress, and we've essentially agreed with these guys that to do a clearance event. Yeah. And we're going to use some digital promotion to do it, but we're working with their team to turn this into a showroom, in-person clearance event where we're going to use a combination of online promotion plus offline promotion. We're doing some good old-fashioned leaflets, some signage, some A-boards. We're getting them to put signage out the front of their showroom.
Balloon arch.
Balloon arch, of course. A balloon arch. Love a balloon arch. If you want success, balloon arch. That's what you need to do. So we're doing that, and it really got us thinking, because even though we operate in our lane and we know what we're very good at, it's that paid media and that creative. But when we're talking to our brands, when we're guiding them and telling them how to grow, we're always quizzing them and challenging them on what are they doing outside of digital. And I think it's a really interesting point, because a lot of brands, a lot of people that probably listen to our content probably think, well, these guys never talk about that stuff. And actually, we talk about it a lot.
We do.
We advise our clients a lot, don't we? We say, what are you doing when it comes to your offline marketing? And so we just thought we'd share a few little insights, didn't we?
Yeah, and I think that because a big part of this in-person event that we're helping them set up is because they have all this clearance stock that they want to get rid of. They've got all of it stored away, and they just need to get rid of it. So we came up with the idea, well, why don't we turn the showroom into a big clearance event?
For a bit of a flash sale for 72 hours. And we've roped in, and again, this comes from a place of we focused on digital, but we said as a business, they said, well, we've got a pain point. We've got this stock. We're sitting on tens of thousands of pounds worth of stock. We've got a sale page on our website, but we can't clear it. It's going up bits and pieces. And we said, well, hey, why don't we look at this and turn this into a little flash sale event, make it time sensitive.
There's a huge local audience.
There's a big local audience, lots of chimney pots in and around their area. So we said, let's get out there and we can leverage all of those digital channels, but also do it from an online perspective. And I think that will, we're going to see. By the time this comes out, the event will have come. We're going to go down there. So that's going to be part of our content. We're going to be sharing the what and how and why. And if you have seen some of our existing uncut episodes, you'll have seen some of that and so on. But the point being that what we are big advocates of is, as a brand, if you're, whether you're product-based, service-based, not just relying, basically not being a one-trick pony. I think it's very easy for brands and then agencies to just champion, just go all in on Google Ads, just go all in on Meta, just do this, just do that. And I think a lot of the time, I said it actually to a prospect yesterday that I was on a call to, what I know to be true is that a lot of agencies, when they're talking to prospects or those that they get in touch with, most agencies love to prescribe what they do as what we provide. That's the answer to all of your prayers. That's what you need. Now give us your money. And we very definitely do not do that. No. And I make a point of saying, talk me through your business plan. It's always business first, marketing second. But then talk to me about what you're doing. And I use the BEAR acronym. I say, well, let's understand the value your brand
Love the BEAR.
Love the BEAR. Let's understand the role that your brand plays. Then I say, what are you doing with email? Email is a great channel for...
Again, something we don't do
We don't do it. Don't do it yet. We may do it, but we don't do it yet. But we say, well, what are you doing with it? You should be doing email. Then it's ads. That's our area. We say, well, what are we doing with ads? And then it's referral, recommendation, and so everything else goes into the art. And again, but they're all, for the most part, online channels. So it's understand the makeup of what that looks like. But then we say, well, what are you doing when it comes to physical, marketing, offline marketing? What does that look like? And I think the point we want to make in this episode of Detox is just to not overlook that stuff. This brand that we're doing this event for, we said to them, well, they've got this, a 15,000 square foot warehouse and showroom. It's a huge place. And yet we said to them, well, what are you doing locally? Oh, nothing. Well, we tried. We had a store locally, but they just did nothing with it.
Even the sign on the door is quite small.
It's tiny.
And so one of the things that we suggest is they put a huge banner on
9 metre wide banner is what, and we're going to design it for them again. And it's just, I think it's really interesting that because we look at all of our clients, all the work we do, every prospect we talk to, we look at it as them as a business, and we position and we put ourselves in their shoes, and we say, if this was our business, what would we do to grow this business? And part of the answer often is paid. What role does paid play? How can we improve that?
That's why we do it.
But outside of that, what else should you be doing? And I think it's and so often is the case that brands and small businesses are just overlooking that stuff, and they just go, well, I'm just going to default to Google Ads and Meta Ads. And this comes from a place of, we sell that, and we're still telling you, don't just rely on that. Don't be a one-trick pony. Actually look at what else could you be doing, what has worked previously, what things are your competitors doing that maybe you're not doing, and so on.
Before we go any further, if you're enjoying today's Tea Talk, you'll love our Grow with Evergreen podcast. Specifically created for home, garden, and lifestyle brands, it's a podcast dedicated to discussing paid media and marketing. Every episode, we're joined by a brand that wants to grow online. We delve into their business, dissect what they're doing, and define a digital growth strategy they can take and deploy into their business. And best of all, you get to listen or watch along, then take those learnings into your own business. Make sure you check it out on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. But for now, let's get back to today's Tea Talk.
So, okay, let's do a bit of role play, shall we?
Go on then, we love a role play.
I'm an e-commerce brand. What are some of the things I can be doing that's offline marketing? Because I obviously don't have a store. I can't say let's do an event at the store, like an example we've just given. So do we have another example we could have? Like particularly maybe, could I do something at a trade show?
Well, it's these sort of things. It's getting out, be it national trade shows like the Spring Fair. Their trade shows are great. Local events are great. It's just thinking about, and we're big, advocates of getting physically out and about, going out and actually putting boots on the ground in whatever way.
We don't have to go to this event. or we want to.
Exactly.
Because we know it'll be good.
And I think it's a good point with the whole e-commerce thing, because if you're e-commerce, you do tend to go, well, it has to be all digital. But actually, you can use some offline, some in-person stuff to drive that engagement. Yeah. I would be looking at, as you say, trade shows, conferences. Yeah. What could you be doing? Local sort of networking things. I would also be doing, again, a big thing that we do, or that we champion, and we've done it for ourselves and we tell our clients to do it, is do like physical brochures. Yeah. Do like mail outs, physical mail, snail mail.
Because we know for a fact that when you get something physical in the mail, you pay a lot more attention to it than if you get an email.
Yeah, exactly. And you stand out. And it's, we've so again, this client we're going to do the spring clearance for, they've just done, based on our telling them to do it, they've now worked with the Royal Mail, and they're doing a mail drop for just shy of 40,000 postcode addresses within, I think, a 6-8 mile radius of their store. So really, these are local people. 40,000 people just shy are going to receive a leaflet, a physical leaflet, that's going to say, we're doing this event, it's doing the, this time, this event, this is what it is, add a bit of scarcity, add a bit of time sensitivity to it.
Very nice.
Drive footfall. And that's to supplement the the digital stuff. Sure. And again, what we're going to do, because these guys have got a showroom, we're going to be making sure that when people come down, we're going to be then capturing the data so that we can then remarket to them. We're going to be making a bit of a thing. We're going to give them a glass of Prosecco and stuff like that when they're there. And it's all to build that rapport with the local customer, even though they are an e-commerce business. And prior to our involvement, they tried it once years ago, didn't work, they'd written it off, and by their own admission they said, oh, well, no one knows we're here. And we're like, you've got tens of thousands of customers on your doorstep.
A short walk away.
Quite literally. And I think that is so often the case with brands. And it's easier if you have a physical premises, or if you're tied to a geographic area. So you only operate within it, whether you're a product or service, if you operate within a set area. But even if you are e-commerce, there are still lots of things you can do to bolster the digital side, but ultimately to grow, but by thinking outside of just Google ads and and Meta ads and so on. And I think it comes back to the trade shows, stuff like that, but also the brochures and leaflets and sending stuff like that, like physical things in the process. I did a strategy session with another prospect last week, and one of the things I advised them to do is essentially little wows. And I said to them, your best customer. Little wows. And I said, your best customer? And they're like, yeah, we do. And I'm like, right, so your best customer, I was like, what can we do to give them a little wow to engage them, but not in, be unusual in the usual world. I'm not going to give away what we discussed, but we come up with some really exactly. But we came up with some really, really good ideas of things that they can do. It involves physical mail. That is just, their customers will not be expecting it. They're maybe their previous customers, their highest lifetime value customers, people that will buy online, but we're going to engage them and prompt them and nudge them in a very offline way to ultimately come back, buy, stay top of mind, and so on. Wow. So it's being unusual in a usual world, and I think it's that. There's going to be lots of businesses watching this where they have very different setups. Some will have stores. If you have a store, but you go, well, we're mostly digital. That's for a lot of our clients where they're e-commerce, they might have like that one. We've got a few others where they've got a store, they've got a showroom. But they go, well, it's mostly online. Use your store as an excuse to raise brand awareness, to host an event, the amount of times I've said that on the podcast is, if you've got a store, a lot of brands will have a store, but they'll almost use it as, well, I needed that to get the association with brands or this and that. But it's a bit of a lost leader. It doesn't work for us. Use that physical location as an excuse, basically, to get people to come to engage with the brand, maybe to visit and stuff like that.
You've got to try
specific
lots of
events.
Things. I like to say you've got to diversify to multiply.
There you go, exactly. And just to keep the sort of the little acronyms going, it's the bricks and clicks mentality.
I love it.
It's the bricks and clicks, and I think it's that, and that's what we look at. Is we go, okay, what can we do with the bricks side of the business to maximise the clicks?
There you go.
And that combination can work well. So it's just, we just wanted to share, what we're doing with this particular client, because their spring event is coming in 3 weeks' time at the time of recording this. we know it's going to be I know it's going to be
Hopefully
a success.
The weather
because,
will be better than
this. But we know that's going to be, well, hopefully it will, but we're very confident that's going to be super successful.
We've done the
because
hard work.
we've done all the online stuff, all the offline stuff.
Yeah.
But it's a recurring theme that we regularly find ourselves talking about. And we often kind of go, we're talking so much about offline stuff and omnichannel marketing, whereas we operate specifically within our bit. But it's because the approach we have is, if this was our business, what would we do? And there's not a single client that we work with where we say, oh, just do Google Ads. They just do Google Ads. Now we always go, we'll do Google Ads and we'll do a better job, or we'll do meta ads or whatever. But it's a case of going, but also you should be doing this. You should be doing that. Are you doing that? And it's not just those digital tones. It is emails and referral and recommendation. But when you look at those two, the referral and recommendation, what's driving that? Oh, well, we used to have a partnership with so-and-so. Okay, get in the car and go and see those people and see if you can do more with it. Oh, we used to do loads of shows and local events. Are you doing it? No, we'll get out, put the boots on the ground and go and do it. It's all of those things really, really have a compounding effect of increasing the overall performance of the business, and you diversify. It's that diversification. When you say diversify
to multiply.
There we go. So if you are a business and you're thinking, do you know what, I am being a bit lazy. Stop being lazy. Stop relying just on Google Ads and Meta Ads to work miracles and transform your business. Get in the car, get on the phone, get out there, get down the post office and send some things, and get in the car and go and see some people.
Get your boots on.
Get your boots on and get out
stand
there.
out.
There you go. Right. We're going to try and navigate our way home now through this awful weather.
Let's hope.
Hopefully the sound's been all right. And thanks so much for joining us. I think we'll see you on the next one, won't we? All the best. Take care.